Hello! Good day, students. My name is Teacher MJ of Anuban Samdet Pawanarat School. Now, welcome back to our English online lesson. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's begin. Come on. Now, today's topic is simple past. That's right. So today we're going to be talking about this, simple past. Now, before we move on, or before we start, let's have some vocabularies first, okay? Now, let's have the first vocabulary. Now, what is this? All right, very good. So this is a floating market. Okay, now very good. Now, what do we mean with floating market? So floating market are generally known as a market in the river. Very good. So this is a widely celebrated, or we have this widely in Asia. And especially we have here in Bangkok. Now, how about this? What is this? So this is the famous Victory Monument. Very good. This is the famous Victory Monument, wherein you can see in Bangkok, Thailand. Next, let's have this. What is this? Okay, very good. So this is the Grand Palace. That's right. So this is the Grand Palace wherein the king and queen live. Very good. Next, what is this? All right, very good. So this is the National Museum. Very good. So this is where artifacts and all the history of Thailand is kept. Okay. Now, we have here 4 vocabularies. First, we have the floating market. Second, we have the Victory Monument. Third, we have the Grand Palace. And fourth, we have the National Museum. Now, take note of those 4 because we're going to be using that in a sentence later in our topic. Now, let's move on to our main topic. Now, let's have past simple. Now, what do we mean with past simple? All right, so past simple show action that occurred and was completed at a particular time in the past. Very good. So past simple again shows action that occurred and was completed at a particular time in the past. Meaning we are stating something that has happened or had happened from the past. So that's why we're going to be using verbs in past form. Now, let's have some examples of irregular verbs. Now, we have 2 kinds of verbs, okay, when it comes to past form. We have a regular verb and we have irregular verb. Now, what do we mean with regular verbs? Regular verbs are verbs that we usually add ed at the end of the base form, okay? Now, that is a regular verb. For example, give me an example of, how about talk? The past form of talk is talked. So you add ed at the end of the base form. Now, with irregular verbs, we don't add, but we change the spelling. Now, usually irregular verbs are verbs that we change the spelling. Like, for example, we have buy. Look at this. Buy, and the past form of buy is bought. You cannot say buyed, okay? So it should be bought. So that is an example of irregular verbs which we're going to use today. Now, let's have some more examples. We have here eat. What is the past form of eat? Okay, very good. We have ate. Next, how about leave? Okay, very good. Left. The past form of leave is left. How about see? See. The past form of see is saw. Very good. How about write? We cannot say righted. So we write as wrote. Very good. That's right. How about come? We cannot say comed. We say came. Very good. How about go? Go. Bye. Go. Go means, or the past form of go is went. Very good. How about make? Very good. It's made. How about take? All right. Took. And last would be tell. All right, so the past form of tell is told. So these are an examples or common examples of irregular verbs. Again, irregular verbs are verbs that we change into past form, and we also change the spelling. Okay, now let's move on to some examples. Now let's have the first example. Okay, so today I'm going to be giving you the structure of the past simple tense. Now we have subject plus irregular verb plus object or adverb of time. Now what do we mean with adverb of time? So adverb of time are the adverbs that we usually use if we are referring to a certain time. For example, yesterday, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. So those are the basic examples of adverb of time that we're going to be using. Again, adverb of time are some adverbs that we use in a sentence if we are trying to say something that happened in the past, for example, a certain time frame. Now, let's have these examples. So we have here, we went to the Dusit Zoo. So you have here subject we, irregular verb went, and Dusit Zoo, which is your object. Now this time, it's okay if you don't have adverb of time as long as you have the object. Okay, now next would be I ate cookies last night. So this is a perfect example. I is your subject. Ate is your irregular verb, which is the past form of eat. Cookies would be your object, and last night would be your adverb of time. Now, let's move on to we bought pizza from the store. So, we is your subject. Bought is the past form of buy, which is an irregular verb. And your object is your pizza, and the store is also an example of a noun or an object. Now, how about the rain came in last night? So rain is your subject, came is your irregular verb, and last night is your adverb of time. All right, now let's have a couple of examples here. Can you read it? Okay, now let's have I did the chores yesterday. So I is your subject, irregular verb did, which is a past form of do, chores, which is your object, and yesterday, which is your adverb of time. Next, mom left the key at the doormat. I found the store next to the mall. And last would be I saw you did it. Okay, very good. So these are an examples of sentences using past simple and irregular verbs. Now, let's have an exercises for you. Now, let's have felt. Can you give me an example of a sentence using felt? Okay, I felt the strong wind. Very good. Next, how about made? Made. We made a snack for you. Very good. Next, let's have paid. Mom paid the bills yesterday. Next, how about saw? Saw, past form of see. I saw you at the grocery store. Very good. Next, how about wrote? I can't hear it. Again, wrote, past form of write. Okay, she wrote a letter for him. Very good. And last example would be took. Okay, he took the money on the desk next to the sofa. Very good. So these are another examples for you, and these are the exercises that you can do or you can based on when you answer your workbook. Now, speaking of workbook, please don't forget to answer this. Page 9, grammar 1, 2, and 3 on your workbook. Again, please don't forget to answer page 9, grammar 1, 2, and 3 on your workbook. Now that's all for today, students. I hope you learned a lot from me today for our online lesson today, and good luck on answering your worksheets and your workbook, okay? That's all for today, students. Thank you for listening with me today, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye! See you! Goodbye! See you next time!